Hey there, fellow Warlocks. Today we talk Destruction in Mythic Plus. From stats, tier set, the best rotation and the best talent, I have it all for you. And by the end of this video you'll be pumping out numbers that even Gul'dan would be jealous of. Or at least you won't be getting kicked from the group for low DPS again. As a disclaimer, please be informed that the WoW meta is ever changing and lately Blizzard are adding way more nerfs and buffs than before, but at least for season 2 you will be set with the information in this video, so please leave a like and let's start. The Destruction Warlock tier set bonus in patch 11.1 is all about amplifying your chaotic power, so here's what you need to know. The 2-piece bonus. Your spells and ability have a chance to hit a jackpot. This triggers a flurry of 6 demon firebolts at 200% effectiveness. This is very good since it will extend our Wither Dot, but we will talk about this more when we get to rotation. Also, casting Summon Infernal guarantees a jackpot. And when we get to the 4-piece, hitting a jackpot increases your mastery and allows your spells to get maximum benefit from mastery chaotic energy for 10 seconds. These bonuses are a game changer, guys, especially for our AoE heavy encounters. The synergy between the 2-piece and 4-piece ensures consistent damage spikes, making the destruction spec very strong this tier, especially on prolonged fights. To make the most of this tier set, you'll want to focus your talents that enhance your demon fire and mastery. Here's a quick look at the recommended builds. By far the best hero talent for destruction in M+, guys, it's Hellcaller. Diabolist might be good in lower keys, yes, but if you wanna aim high, just go Hellcaller. By the way, if you are not playing Shadowburn from the destruction tree, what are you guys doing, guys? You are trolling and you should be banned for life. But this is not the most important talent in this tree that you should learn. I would say to be the best Destruction Warlock, you need to play around Roaring Blaze and Eradication, guys. But more on this when we talk about rotation. For now, you can just pause the video and read the tooltips a little bit, just to not be surprised when we get to the rotation. Also prioritize talents like Channel Demon Fire and Ritual of Fire. If I can find it, I think it's right here. Ritual of Ruin. Ritual of Ruin for maximum synergy. Also, Reign of Chaos is a must. You can actually use this other talent, Reign of Fire, which will let you cast a Rain of Fire at the target, but this might be a little bit tricky since the tanks have to move the packs and you might lose some damage. So I advise that you pick Rain of Fire and you just do a cursor macro for this spell to be cast. If you're not doing a cursor macro, also you are trolling. You cannot cast that as many Rain of Fires as other Warlocks. If you don't have that macro, at least play with this other talent that lets you cast Rain of Fire on the target that you have a tab on. Also remember that your playstyle should adapt to the type of encounter that you are facing. Of course, that is true for everything, I should say. But just to keep in mind, Rain of Fire is your best friend for now. Also, we talk about Malevolence a little bit, but when we go to the rotation part. And now to the most awaited rotation. We have here in front of us a few target dummies. These is 4 target dummies. Of course, in the dungeons you will have more adds and you will do more damage. But as a rule of thumb, you should know Cataclysm is not target capped. So if you have 1,000 targets or 5 targets, Cataclysm will do damage on all of them and apply Wither, a very important aspect of this spec. Wither basically replaces Immolate, and it's a dot that sticks for longer, so that's why Destruction Warlock is a ramp spec, and it will do better in higher keys then lower keys, at least Hellcaller. If in lower keys you might consider Diabolist, might be better just because the damage comes out faster. But for Hellcaller, we will start with a Cataclysm. Then we will do Malevolence, a Conflagrate, and then Channel Demon Fire. And from there we just go with a lot of Rain of Fires, guys. Rain of Fire, and we're basically building soul shards and spending them on Rain of Fires. And that's basically the spec. Also, when you have more adds, do not use Conflagrate with a Chaos Bolt, for example, because that will just lower your DPS. Try to use Conflagrate in AoE with Channel Demon Fire all the time, just because, as you can see here, Conflagrate increases your Channel Demon Fire, Wither, Incinerate, and Conflagrate damage to the target by 25% for 8 seconds. So try to follow up with a Channel Demon Fire while you have this buff. Here, right? Backdraft. Also, some important things to know. Malevolence, this is a very hard hitting ability. 1 minute cooldown. You might think this is the most important AoE damage, and you are right. So basically, if we do a Cataclysm, you should do Malevolence straight away, just so you can have this spell again for the next pack. If the pack lives longer, you might think about, oh, should I use Malevolence again? Maybe yes, maybe not. I would say no if you are under, if the mobs are under 30%, maybe 40%, I would just save it for the next pack, and if they die, they die. 40% maybe still high in higher keys. 30% I would say is the sweet spot, so try to think about that. And also we have Eradication. Eradication is applied by Chaos Bolt and Shadow Burn. This is more for I would say more like when we get to the bosses, single target and plus damage. Yeah, Eradication 5% buff. Try to have that buff up as much as possible on at least one target. In AoE we not do that much of a difference, but I bet in single target it will do a lot of difference. So let's say we got to a boss. Let's talk about the single target rotation that we have for now in M+ with this Hellcaller build. I would say you should start with Wither, Conflagrate. Wait, I don't have enough. Let me charge some soul shards first. Okay, so we start with Wither, then we go Conflagrate, Shadow Burn, Conflagrate, Shadow Burn, and then we start with one of these Infernals. We do Malevolence straight away just so we put it on cooldown, and then we just do Chaos Bolts and Shadow Burns. As you can see, guys, the Destruction spec is not that hard. It's one of the easiest specs, I would say. It's a builder spender spec. You don't really have that many important cooldowns beside Malevolence and Summon Infernal, but this you basically use on cooldown, so that's it. Channel Demon Fire you also use on cooldown, so that's good. Also, another tip, and the last tip that I will give you is, let's see if I'm... yes. So you have Havoc or Mayhem. You always go Mayhem in M+. Havoc, rarely. We don't go Havoc anymore. Mayhem is just better just because it procs faster than the cooldown of Havoc. I would say you can proc it a lot, to be honest, and it helps us with soul shards generation. For example, let's see, I will try to get a Havoc here. A Mayhem, sorry. Let's try to get a... okay, so now I have Mayhem. If I do this, I get one more soul shard. So Incinerate gives me... yeah, well, Incinerate gives me a soul shard, but if I have Mayhem, it gives me 2. on 3 or 4 targets, guys. The priority, if you get Mayhem, I would say it should be to Chaos Bolt. 3 and maximum 4 targets, it should be Chaos Bolt priority more than Rain of Fire. Just because Chaos Bolt also does a lot of damage, and you should look to use Chaos Bolt with your Conflagrates as well. So Conflagrate, Chaos Bolt, Conflagrate, Chaos Bolt on 3 targets. But if it's higher than that, on 4 targets you can also use Chaos Bolts. But if it's higher than that, if it's like 5 targets, then we prioritize Rain of Fire, of course. As a conclusion, guys, I would say if you are a fan of Destruction Warlock, go ahead, try it. It's easy, it's fun, it does a lot of damage. What do you have left to lose? Gul'dan, you're gonna be the next Gul'dan. Maybe you won't face Illidan and you won't die, but you never know. So thanks for watching, leave a like and a comment. And if you want the macros, the cursor macros and everything that I have, just leave a comment and I will update them in the description. Thank you so much.